Well, hello there. Oh, let me make my head a little bigger. There we go. Welcome back. It's another episode of Ideas Taking Shape. I'm Eric with Camera Clay, and I want to give you a high five. Wapow! We did it. It's 2025. We're exhausted, and that's fine. That's fine. I've actually been in this editing suite all day long, and I'm getting a little tired. Took a break, came back, loaded a new project to give my brain something new to work on, and something sprung to mind that I thought would be useful to share with you. A piece of advice given to me by a creative director at an ad agency I used to work at in St. Pete, Florida. And let me give you a little context. So, what I have loaded here, this is Visit San Marcos. They are a destination marketing client. And what I have loaded is the dining spot. This is a 30-second dining spot. The idea they wanted to get across here is that you can park your car in San Marcos and you can walk very easily around this town, this vibrant, full of life, young town, and get delicious food. And if you want to sit on the sidewalk and dine, you can. If you want to sit up in a balcony overlooking the street, you can. Let me just play it so we have something to look at. So we used a lot of things crossing in front of the camera, cars, bicycles, pedestrians, and there's a lot of sound design you can't hear right now. But we're just trying to show people having a great time and hopefully get your mouth watering a little bit. But you'll notice there's greenery, shrubs in pretty much every shot just to give that feeling of life, right? So anyway, one thing when I was editing this spot that came across my mind several times is that is a nothing shot. And where I got that from was my old creative director would walk into my office and he'd say, "Hey, pull up that spot." And we were a destination marketing ad agency who used to market a bunch of different white sandy beaches up and down both coasts of Florida. So they all looked pretty similar. So you had to find ways to differentiate one from the other. So anytime he'd see a shot that looked like it could be anywhere, it could be any of those beaches, he would say, "Get rid of it. It's a nothing shot." And that changed the way I looked at these things forever. Sometimes as an editor or as a shooter, you fall in love with a technically beautiful shot. And maybe like it's moving from left to right, cutting to another shot that is also moving left to right. So there's a continuous motion. Maybe there's a sun flare glinting through the trees and it makes it kind of magical. But it's a shot of like signage, right? Like signage on the side of a building, or maybe like a bronze statue in a park, or a fountain or something like this. It could be anywhere. Those things are everywhere. They're in every town. So anytime I find myself using those shots, I go, what else could I use that says this better? How can I make it distinct? And I think the more I think about that, it feels like it's a metaphor that applies across life in general. Because hold on now, hold on. It's about to get deep. I feel like I see a lot of people who get on social media and they share tactical advice. They've read it or they've been told it and they just want to share it as well because it helped them. But unless they share how it helped them, how it personally impacted them, or share just a personal anecdote about this advice, I don't connect to it. I just go, oh, I could get that anywhere. Like, next. But I will remember them forever if they tie it to their personal experience. And I will identify with them. So I'm trying to think of how we can tie this into editing, commercial work. But it's the same with, say, like a business owner. When I am starting to work with a new client, I always find that they discard their personal story and they want to just show up as this like very professional, very buttoned up, very polished and clean person or business. And all the stuff that I find most interesting about their story is their journey, or is some of the pain points they experienced and overcame. And those to me are what make them stand out and make them unique. So I always feel like I'm having to remind people what makes them special. because I feel like we think, oh, everyone thinks that, or oh, everyone's goes through that. I shouldn't mention that. True, maybe they did experience something similar, but they didn't experience it the way that you did. So when you share your story, they go, oh, you too. Yeah, I had something really similar happen to me. That's cool. Yeah. Now we're alike. Now we relate. Now we've connected. So all this to say, lean into your story. And when you're trying to find a way to communicate what you do, don't feel ashamed about what is unique to you. I would say lean into it. And if you need any help doing that, hey, give me a shout. Otherwise, I will link I'll give you a link to this video at the end so you can check it out and go visit San Marcos. What are you doing? All right, y'all. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one.